Alright, I'm going to try to give you guys a quick tutorial on gesture drawing and how that works and what the uses are going to be for practicing drawing. So in general, what you want to do is have a subject at the ready. You want to ideally do this from life, but if you just have a still image, you can do that as well. That's perfectly fine. The idea is to very quickly get down the concept of sort of position, structure, and movement very, very quickly, and we're not looking for accuracy. The very first thing to do is just start with where the spine of your subject would be. That's going to be the very first thing you do, is just start with a quick line where the spine is, and sort of work out into the limbs of where your subject is, right? And again, this should be messy. This should be quick. Just don't even worry about any sort of exterior or outlines or anything like that. Just focus straight up on the limbs, and I'll come back to you in a sec. All right, so just flesh out those lines where those bones would sit, really, right? And that's really all you want. And then do just like a quick little implicit thing where the head would be, and then you can start working out sort of from there and work on your exterior lines if you want. Some people start with fleshing out where about the pelvis would be, usually with a triangle. And some people also do where the joints are with little circles, and you can kind of get like the sense of a skeleton coming together here, right? But then you can kind of piece together just the various aspects. And some people also like to do sort of hash lines like this to sort of fill out the space for where sort of the muscle tissue would be as it kind of wraps around. Now doing like little curved lines like this sort of helps show that these body parts are in fact circular and rounded, and you can just kind of extend that down. Now make sure that you are looking at your subject as you do this, just kind of back and forth nice and quickly, and I'll show you what I was looking at after I'm finished here, right? But just very quickly sort of flesh out that skeletal structure, get where those muscles are, right? Just nice and quick, okay? And again, this doesn't need to be perfect. It shouldn't be perfect. All you're trying to do is capture the idea of their form, right? Just capture their movement, okay? And usually, sorry, that one ran on a bit long, but usually these should be very quick. What I like to do, and what I've seen done traditionally, is starting out with a 5-minute piece, and then moving on. I'll just get a little foot action there. And all the way back. Really just trying to capture that movement, flesh out those limbs. And my subject here was this guy throwing a pitch, which, I mean, it's not exactly perfect, but you get the general idea, and it gets hard to do with one hand. But in general, for gesture drawing, what I would recommend is finding a subject and then starting with a 5-minute drawing, right? Remember to focus on the spine as the central piece, right? If the spine is straight, make sure the spine is straight. If they're bending their back, make sure you have them bending their back, right? That should be the very first thing, because that's the central line that determines what the rest of the body is doing. And if maybe they're bending over to pick something up, right, their shoulders are going to express that. Their shoulders are also going to be a straight line that is determined by the angle of the spine, and their hips will be doing something in response to that as well, usually going in the opposite direction of the shoulders. All right, and then just flesh out your limbs, make sure they're doing what they should be doing, and you can have the arms come out, and then you can try to kind of just get really messy, just go ham, just go bananas on it, right? And then you have kind of someone who's arching their back, stretching their arm upwards. Hey, there's their head, right? That's probably tilted back at this point. You can flesh out their abdomen, flesh out their legs, so on and so forth. So if you'd like to practice gesture drawing, what I would recommend that you do is find a subject. do a 5-minute drawing of them, right? Again, focusing on those central lines and focusing on that bone structure before you work into the outline and into where their musculature is and all their flesh is. So that should be the first step, getting those bone structures sorted. Next up, I would like you to do a 2-minute drawing, okay? And so again, same thing, but keep that speed up. Just go fast and keep going. If you make a mistake, who cares? Just keep going, right? These are for practice. They don't have to be perfect pieces of art. Just, you know, it's just practice work, right? To get a sense for that form. After the 2-minute one, I would like you to do a 1-minute one, right? So again, just very quickly get the spine in there. You'll probably have time to figure out the leg position, the arm position, and maybe flesh out a little bit of that musculature. In real time, do a 30-second one, right? Keep your eye on your subject, just very, very quickly, right? Get pieces down on the paper. Don't even care about if it's going well, if it's not, right? Who cares? Whatever. We're going to have 30 seconds here to try to figure out where the structure of our body is here. And here we go, right? So just very, very quick, very messy. Who cares? Doesn't matter, right? We're just trying to get that subject down, and there we go. And after 30 seconds, let's do a 10-second. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then if you want to go really crazy, try a 5-second one. I don't know, here we go. So he's got that middle spine part, his leg comes all the way back, he's got this leg that's coming out forward and down, and there we go, that's all the time I got. Now I'm doing this with mechanical pencil on just scrap paper. Ideally this works best with large paper on an easel with charcoal, so you can use your shoulder and really get sort of the work from your shoulder to have sort of more smooth and rounded strokes. But you can really do this with any scrap paper, with any materials. If you're just sitting on a bench and you see someone walking by and you like the way they walk, draw a picture of them over the 10 seconds that you can see them, right? Just very quick, try to figure out where their bones are, and that's going to help a lot when you're working on anatomy.